Title: My girlfriend spent the night at her male best friend's after a fight. She said she needed time to think. I gave her all the time she wanted, by walking away. Turns out I was right about him all along. Hey Reddit, I've been sitting on this for a while and it's starting to get uncomfortable, so I'm gonna grab a chair real quick. I think I'm finally ready to tell the full story. It's long, messy, and still stings a little. But maybe someone out there needs to hear it. I live in a small town called Rooseville, tucked into the northern woods of Minnesota. It's the kind of place where everyone knows everyone, and secrets don't stay buried for long. We've got one diner, two bars, a bait shop, and a forest that's good for burying secrets. People say strange things happen in those woods. Lights flickering, branches snapping when no one's around, shadows that don't belong. Some folks whisper about strange noises coming from the woods. Most laugh it off. But you learn to keep your eyes open out here. Anyway, I, 29M, was dating Callie, 27F, for nearly 3 years. She grew up in Rooseville, knew every back road and shortcut, and had this spark that made you feel like life could be bigger than the town itself. Almost like we were part of a larger area you could call a state. Anyways, I moved here from Duluth for work, and she was one of the first people I met. We clicked fast. She was hot, warm, and had a pulse, which was pretty useful in the winter when it got cold. But there was always Zach. I hated Zach. Zach was her best friend. Childhood pals. They went to prom together, as a joke, took road trips, had matching tattoos from a drunken night in Fargo. I never accused him of anything, but I told Callie early on that his behavior made me uncomfortable. He was always around, always texting, always taking photos of our furniture and saying things like, "Yo, I'm Zach, by the way, nice to meet you." Yeah, bro, I know who you are, you can stop introducing yourself. At first I thought he had a head injury or something, but honestly, I think he's rage baiting me. I complained to Callie and she'd say, "He's like a brother to me." You have nothing to worry about. I wanted to believe her. I really did. Things started unraveling slowly. Callie got distant. She'd cancel plans last minute, say she was tired, then post pictures with Zach at the lake and caption them things like, "Ha ha ha, I wasn't actually tired." She'd forget things I told her, zone out during conversations, and when I asked what was wrong, she'd say, "I don't know. I just off kinda lately feel like don't know like. I just feel off lately." I think she was starting to rage bait me too. Then came the night everything broke. We had a fight. It started over something stupid. She forgot our anniversary dinner. I'd made reservations at the only decent place in town, even picked up flowers. I sat in the restaurant for half an hour before she texted me saying she was hanging with Zach and lost track of time. I was hurt. I told her I felt like I was always second place. That her matching tattoo with Zach wasn't even cool. It was a tattoo of a sick dragon with flames. Honestly, it was awesome and I was jealous. She said I was being dramatic. It escalated. She left. I figured she'd go to her sister's or maybe crash at Jenna's. Instead, I got a text the next morning. "I stayed at Zach's last night, you know, the place with the huge staircase. I needed space. I need time to think about us." I stared at that message for a long time. Not because I didn't understand it, but because I understood exactly what it meant. She didn't just need space. She needed him. When things got hard, she didn't turn to me. She turned to the guy I'd always felt was waiting in the wings. I didn't respond right away. I let it sit. Then I replied, "Take all the time you need. I'm done." She didn't respond for hours. Then came the flood. "Wait, what? You're seriously ending things over one night?" "I just needed someone to talk to. I heard whispering in the stairway last night." "You're being ridiculous." I didn't reply. I packed up her things, dropped them off at her parents' place, and blocked her number. I was done begging for respect. But Callie wasn't done. Over the next few weeks, she tried everything. She emailed me long letters about how much I meant to her. She showed up at my work, pretending to browse. She messaged my sister asking her to talk to me. My sister said no LOL. She left a note on my truck windshield. "Please talk to me." I made a mistake. I almost considered talking to her again and hearing her out, but I didn't agree to date Zach and I was sick of him rage baiting me. I ignored it all. I was healing. I started dating again. Nothing serious, just coffee, walks, conversations with people who didn't have Zach's following them around. And then I met Maya. She was tall, smelled nice, and played Roblox with me. We clicked in a way that felt effortless. Meanwhile, Callie kept trying. I heard through mutual friends that she was rethinking everything, that she wasn't seeing Zach anymore, that she realized she'd messed up. Then came the twist. One of Callie's closest friends, Jenna Tools, reached out to me. She said she wasn't trying to stir drama, but I deserved to know. Apparently, the night Callie stayed at Zach's, he tried to make a move. Full on tried to sleep with her. Callie was shocked, disgusted. She pushed him away and left in the middle of the night. Jenna said Callie had been spiraling ever since. That she realized I was right about Zach all along. That he wasn't just a friend. He was waiting for his chance. And when Callie was vulnerable, he pounced. I didn't know how to feel. Vindicated? Angry? Sad? All of the above. Stupid, Zach. A week later, Callie sent me one final message. I hadn't blocked her email, and this one felt different. It wasn't begging. It was raw. You were right. About everything. Zach wasn't a friend. He was just waiting for me to be weak. I feel sick thinking about it. I should have come to you. I should have fought for us. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just wanted you to know I finally see it. The tattoo is still cool, though. There was an image attached. It was that John Pork is calling meme. I don't think she meant to attach it. I read it twice, then I archived it. I'm not going back. Not because I hate her, not because I want revenge, but because I hate her and I want revenge. Maya and I are taking things slow, but it's the healthiest relationship I've ever had. No games, well, aside from Roblox mostly. No emotional triangles, just two people showing up for each other. Funny thing, Maya and I went hiking last weekend near Mime Hollow, just outside Rooseville. It's one of those places locals say you shouldn't linger after sunset. We didn't see anything, but we did hear something strange. Low rustling, heavy footsteps, and a broken branch that sounded too big for any deer. Maya laughed it off, said it was probably a bear. But I swear something was watching us. Also a bear would be pretty concerning, so I don't know why she was laughing. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe it was just the wind. But there's something about this town, about the way things hide in plain sight, waiting for you to look away. Zach was like that. Always there. Always waiting. And when Callie looked away from us, he stepped in. Maybe Zach was a bear too. So yeah, that's the story. If you're in a relationship where someone keeps choosing someone else, emotionally, physically, or otherwise, believe what they're showing you. You don't need proof. You don't need a smoking gun. You just need self-respect and a tall girlfriend who plays Roblox. Thanks for reading, Reddit. I'm finally free. Update. Hey Reddit, I didn't think I'd be back here. Last time I posted, it was about my ex Callie and how she spent the night at her male best friend's place after a fight. I walked away from that relationship, met someone new, Maya, and finally felt like I was healing. But Rooseville has a way of pulling you back into the dark. Maya went missing 2 weeks ago. We'd been hiking near Mime Hollow, a dense stretch of forest just outside town. Locals say weird things happen out there. Strange sounds, flickering lights, animals that don't act like animals. No one would go out there except there are some great views along the trail, and there are rumors that a pirate buried his gold somewhere in the woods. That's where it gets its name, Mime Hollow. People try not to go out there alone. Except Maya. She'd gone out early that morning, said she wanted to clear her head. She was dealing with some stress, work stuff, family stuff. I offered to go with her, but she said she needed solitude. She promised to stay on the main trail, take her phone, be back by noon. She never came back. I called her. No answer. Rude LOL. I drove to the trailhead. Her car was still there. I walked the path, shouting her name, listening for anything. Nothing. Just wind, birds, and the occasional crack of a branch that made my skin crawl. The sheriff's office launched a search. Volunteers combed the woods. Drones flew overhead. They found her water bottle near a creek. Her phone, dead, wedged between two rocks. No signs of struggle. No footprints. No blood. Just absence. They called off the search after 2 days. Said she probably got lost. Maybe she wanted to disappear. Maybe she just left without saying anything. But I know Maya. She's smart, cautious, and she never strays far from the trail. Something doesn't add up. The police seem too quick to throw in the towel. I've been trying to move on. I go to work. I talk to friends. I pretend I'm okay, but I'm not. I keep dreaming about her, standing in the woods, staring at me, her face unreadable. Like she's waiting. I wake up gasping, heart pounding, like something's watching me. Then Callie showed up. She came by my work last week. Said she'd heard about Maya. Said she was sorry. Said she'd been thinking about me. She looked different. Tired. Softer. Like the guilt had finally settled in. I never stopped caring about you, she said. I know I messed up. But maybe this is a sign. Maybe we're meant to find our way back. I stared at her for a long time. Part of me wanted comfort, familiarity, a warm body to fill the silence. But I couldn't do it. I'm sorry, I said, but I'm not yours to come back to. Not anymore. She replied, didn't your girlfriend disappear? Lot of ego for a dude with no girl. I nodded, tears in my eyes. At least my friend didn't make a pass at me and ruin my relationship. She left, but not before saying, hey, that John Pork meme wasn't an accident. I know you think it was, but it wasn't. That night, I made a decision. I'm going back into the woods. Not with a search party, not with drones. Just me, my gear, and a map of Mime Hollow. I picked up a trail cam, a thermal scope, and a rifle. Not because I expect trouble, but because something's out there. I've heard it, felt it. The woods aren't empty. They're watching. I don't know what I'll find. Maybe Maya, maybe answers, maybe nothing. But I can't sit here pretending life goes on. Not while she's still out there. Not while the forest keeps its secrets. I'll be heading out tomorrow at dawn. I've marked the places the search teams didn't reach. I've packed enough supplies for 3 days. I left a note with my sister in case I don't come back. If I find anything, I'll update you. And if I don't, well, maybe someone else will read this and understand that some losses don't fade, some mysteries don't rest, and some people are worth walking into the dark for. Wish me luck. Ryan.